This is KGW News at sunrise.
There's a female screaming a whole lot, just saying stop, stop, stop. It's a quiet little town, but stuff does happen.
That man says he saw exactly what happened earlier this week when a father and his 15-year-old son reportedly tried to break up an alleged domestic dispute in the Kelso McDonald's parking lot. We'll explain how they became victims themselves coming up in one of our top stories.
And take a look at this. That is an airport in Texas that was flooded with foam. Yeah, at first I thought it was snow. More on the cause and the cleanup ahead on Sunrise.
And we're also talking about an event that is back this weekend here in Portland. It's the Winter Light Festival. I remember when they started this a little more than 10 years ago. It has definitely grown over the years. We're checking out just one of the very many lit up art installations that'll be around town over the course of the next 10 days. Eric Patterson behind the camera checking out the lights. He's an artist himself, you know. We're going to have more details. We'll shed more light, if you will, on the festival coming up here a little bit later on Sunrise.
Very cool, but those statues a little bit creepy. A little bit, yeah. Happy Friday to you, though. We're glad you're here with us. I'm hoping that the weekend weather is going to work out.
Looks good.
Good.
Looks good. It really does. Here's a look at that same upper level low sitting offshore that we've been talking about all week. It's still there, and what it's doing is it's throwing in kind of a mixed bag of, hey, we have sunshine for hours and hours. Well, it's been cloudy over here. Wait a minute, we've got rain. So that mixture across all areas of our state is set to continue today. Here's the radar right now. We've got storm levels down to about 3,000 feet in the Cascades, showers along the coast. And right now, showers mostly over on the east side of the Portland metro area. It's cloudy up top. Comfortable temperature again. We're at 45 degrees. We'll go 52 at noon. Mid 50s for highs today, about 53 at 5 o'clock. Tomorrow's temperatures similar to maybe a little bit cooler. Here's Chris.
Okay, Rod, let's get you out the door. Quick look at the drive south of town in the Bridgeport Village area. I-5 near Nyberg. Traffic rolling right along just fine there, as it is on the west side. Pretty light right now at the Sylvan Hill. So the freeways are in pretty good shape, but I do want to let folks know about this. In Northwest, actually Multnomah County, right between the Multnomah-Washington County line, Cornelius Pass Road is closed. ODOT telling us an early morning crash has that closed right now between Old Cornelius Pass and Skyline Boulevard. And heads up later tonight and through the weekend, the Morrison Bridge will be closed for maintenance on the lift span. That closure kicks in at 8 o'clock and lasts as late as 5 a.m. Monday. Do know that does also impact the I-5 exit to downtown Portland throughout the weekend. Again, 8 p.m. tonight to 5 a.m. Monday for that Morrison Bridge closure. Guys?
Good to know, Chris. Thank you. The state Supreme Court has made the call. 10 Oregon senators who participated in the Republican-led walkouts will be barred from re-election this year. Evan Watson followed up with the Senate's Republican leader.
The Oregon Supreme Court decided that voters' intent, their understanding of the text, matters. And with Measure 113, voters likely expected immediate consequences. 9 Republican senators and 1 independent racked up 10 unexcused absences during the walkouts this past summer, stalling any work in the Senate. 4 of them now won't be able to run for re-election later this year, including Senate Republican leader Tim Knopp. 2 other senators plan to retire this year, and the remaining 4 senators will be ineligible for re-election in 2026. Explaining its decision, the Supreme Court wrote, "We do not review the text in a void. We instead seek to understand how voters would have understood the text in the light of the other materials that accompanied it." Senator Tim Knopp said he disagrees with the ruling, but still thinks the walkout was worth it to force Democrats to negotiate.
The public does want some check and balance as it relates to a party's ability to just do whatever they want. If something comes up in the future, I think there's a strong possibility that it could happen again.
Knopp says he does not plan on appealing the ruling to the U.S. Supreme Court. The 2024 short session starts on Monday. The Secretary of State said the court's ruling upholds the intent of the voters, and she's grateful for the clarity. Now, Republicans will be forced to replace most of their Senate members over the next 3 years.
Developing this morning in Cowlitz County, police arrested 2 teens accused of stabbing a father and his teenage son.
So police say this all happened last Saturday night in this McDonald's parking lot we're showing you right here in Kelso. They say a 43-year-old man and his 15-year-old son witnessed what looked like an act of domestic violence against a woman. Police say the dad and son confronted what was a group of people involved in all this. They tried to de-escalate things, but they wound up being stabbed by members of that group. We talked with a man who says he witnessed it all go down.
It sounded like they tried to break it up. All I heard was one dude talking a lot of crap to another guy, and they started screaming at each other, and then there was a lot of screaming about stop, stop, stop. And then all the sirens and all the cops came and ambulances. And
the father and son were taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. There are 2 suspects involved, a 19-year-old and a 16-year-old. Both of them are charged with first-degree assault. Meanwhile, in Salem, police have arrested 2 men for the shooting that happened earlier this week in a Fred Meyer parking lot. Jamie Thomason and Robert Josh Jr. are charged with attempted murder, and police say they knew their victims. They're accused of shooting 3 people. 2 of them are still in the hospital. We don't have an update, though, on their condition.
And Lake Oswego police say a local spa was a front for human sex trafficking. Detectives say the Flora Spa pretended to be a legitimate massage business, but after months of investigation, they believe at least 10 women were forced to work at the spa as prostitutes. Police say the spa fit a similar pattern to other sex trafficking networks. 2 people connected with that spa have now been charged with promoting prostitution.
Portland police are looking for help to track down this man, 43-year-old Corey Jackson. They say he's believed to have robbed 5 Portland dispensaries at gunpoint. So those robberies began in April of last year at a shop on Northwest Nikolai Street. Between then and September, Jackson allegedly hit dispensaries on Cesar Chavez, Sandy Boulevard, Southeast 28th, and Johnson Creek Boulevard. He's also wanted for several felony crimes in other states. Police say Jackson uses wigs to alter his appearance and has a knuckle tattoo that says homesick.
Now to Astoria, where police have arrested a man who says he set a house on fire because he believed vampires were inside. The home on West Bond Street, there you see it, caught fire early Tuesday morning. 2 people inside got out safely, but had to jump over an arcing power line to get away. Later in the day, police say a man called to admit his involvement and said he'd slept on the house's porch and heard voices telling him to burn it down. He said he spray painted crosses on the walls and started the fire using a lighter and spray paint. That man is now facing charges of arson, reckless endangering, and criminal mischief. The home next door was also damaged.
February is Black History Month, and this Sunday is also Rosa Parks' birthday. Parks' refusal to give up her seat on a segregated bus in Alabama in 1955 became a cornerstone of the civil rights movement in the U.S. This Sunday would have been her 111th birthday. So, to honor her, TriMet will not collect fares on any of its buses or any of its MAX trains this Sunday. Portland Streetcar and C-Tran are also offering free rides that day.
Yeah, that's a super cool effort. Okay, if people are out and about, decent weather.
Yeah, I mean, like yesterday, it really depends on where you are. Yesterday, we were sunny all afternoon. We hit 62 degrees, actually turned out to be the official high. It was raining just 10 miles to the west of Portland. So it really depended on where you were. Same setup today. Here's a look at what we did yesterday, which was just crazy how the temperatures shot up. South winds started to kick up, and areas that were sunny hit 60. And that includes most of the I-5 corridor from Kelso Longview all the way down to Albany and Eugene. Portland, they rounded it back and forth. Looks like 62 is what's going to go into the record book. The old record was 61. Hillsborough hit 60. That tied a record. Other highs, Astoria hit 60. Kelso hit 60. Salem hit 60, as I mentioned. But no records in those territories. But what a warm way to start a month. There's that upper level low sitting offshore. Again, just nothing organized. Just these bands that you really can't pin down the exact location. So clearly we've got rain out east right now in Baker County, and clearly we've got scattered showers moving south and north up the coast, climbing up the Cascades and currently over in parts of the east metro. Snow levels have dropped. They're down to about 3,000 feet. Santiam Pass right now 32 with light snow showers showing up on the ODOT camera there. Temperatures, 45 Portland. These are the current numbers. So it's by a few degrees, it's cooler than it has been, but I mean 48 in Salem is still really a nice way to start your day, right? 36 in Bend, 40 out in Baker City. Futurecast, same movie we've seen for days and days, basically, just a mix of clear spots, clouds, scattered showers that you really can't pinpoint the time or the location. Just note that's the pattern. Here's tomorrow morning, and there's that low starting to move off to the south. As it drops to the south, the rain chances tomorrow become even less. which would favor more in the way of getting some decent sunshine. Here are the valley temps today. Now keep in mind, the weather modeling simply does not have a good handle on this batch of air that's overhead. So if you folks in Salem open up a lot of sunshine, this gives you 53, you'll probably be more like mid to upper 50s again. I mean, maybe hitting 60. I wouldn't think. The batch of air is cooler. As I mentioned, the snow level's down to about 3,000 feet. We'll go 55 in Portland. Fewer showers, more sun, 52 on Saturday. Sunday could wake up to some frosty fog pockets with light winds overnight. Temperatures getting up to about 52 during the day. There's a weather system Monday bringing some rain and a weather system Wednesday bringing some rain, but no big storms out there on the horizon as of right now, and that's your forecast.